Black smoke suddenly rises from a parked white Mercedes-Benz electric vehicle around 6:15 in the morning. Shortly thereafter, there's an explosion and the car suddenly bursts into flames.
Well, looks like there's another EV fire. This time is in Korea and involve about approximately 150 cars. Of course, it started by just one EV vehicle which is in the basement. So this EV fire news in Korea has been around in the internet for a couple days now. I believe some of you guys have seen it. If you don't, well, this is something I'm going to touch a bit more about the EV tech. I know most of you guys will say combustion engine will have more fire prone and there's more data and there's more statistic about combustion engine catching fire. But here's something that you guys who are pro EV should consider. So before I put my honest opinion, let's watch the video of the EV fire in Korea. Before that, please consider subscribing to my channel by clicking on the subscription button below. And if you like this video, by the end, after you watch it, smash the like button so that YouTube algorithm will continue to promote this video. And consider dropping your comments down below so that we can have a discussion about this related topic.
Black smoke suddenly rises from a parked white Mercedes-Benz electric vehicle around 6:15 in the morning. Shortly thereafter, there's an explosion and the car suddenly bursts into flames. In an instant, smoke from the parking lot spreads outside through vents and apartment entrances. Black smoke covers the entire apartment building and the power is cut off, causing surprised residents to evacuate their homes.
여기가 완전히 지나다닐 수도 없을 정도로 연기가 엄청 많고 폭발음이 계속 연이어 들렸었어요.
샤워를 하고 있는데 무슨 펑 소리가 나더라고. 그러면서 전기가 나가더라니까 샤워하다 말고 딱 쳐도 못하고 나와서 보니까 연기가 그냥 확 올라오더라고요.
The fire took place at an underground parking lot in Incheon and resulted in 140 vehicles being destroyed or damaged, with 23 residents being taken to nearby hospitals for smoke inhalation. The police and the National Forensic Service are conducting a joint probe into the cause of the fire. The owner of the car that caught fire told investigators that the vehicle was parked 3 days ago.
충전한 것도 아니고 그냥 서 있는 상태에서 화재가 발생했다고.
In effect, the car had been idle for 59 hours and was not charging when it caught fire. The police had initially tried to retrieve the battery pack, but due to fire safety concerns, decided to move the vehicle to a safe location first. The cause of the fire is a total mystery at the moment. Meanwhile, the vehicle in question used a battery pack manufactured by China's Fairsis Energy. Fairsis had been subject to a recall in China following worries it could catch fire. Some people had to leave their homes and move to temporary shelters due to the fire. Electricity and water supply to some households have all been cut off. As a result of the fire, some apartments in Korea have started to float the idea of banning EVs from using underground garages, which has triggered heated arguments between residents.
But of course, upon recording of this video, there is another EV fire recently also in Korea, but it seems like that one is a much more controlled state as it caught fire during charging. But it looks like the car next to it also catch fire as well. I think there's some damage involved. So let's watch the video.
Fire crews were alerted when residents noticed the vehicle was smoking, off-gassing that flammable toxic gas. When fire crews arrived, they were initially trying to cool the battery from underneath using a pancake-style nozzle, flowing water at the underside of the battery. Fire crews are very fortunate because they're actually on scene applying water to this vehicle when it transitions from that off-gassing phase to the fire phase. Likely this vehicle next door, where they're trying to protect that exposure, put water on the vehicle, is going to be damaged, but not catastrophically damaged. The fire really can come out anywhere around that battery, so there's no specific point where those gases, where the flame is going to exit the battery. You see multiple people in this video wearing just like an N95 mask. That is not going to protect you from the hazards of this battery. Eventually, fire crews were able to get that vehicle outside of the parking garage, wrap it in a fire blanket, and render it safe.
Well, it looks like a horror movie, personally to me. Luckily, there's no injuries involved and no life taken during this fire. But the most important thing, personally to me, is I believe all EVs shouldn't be parked on the multi-story car park or even the basement, at least the fire hazard. Considering that if, let's talk about if, the battery pack of the EV self-combusts, is going to burn at a very high temperature and it will likely melt the concrete which on the upper floor, or it could be on the lower floor, so it's not a nice scene. So if you are watching this video, tell the local government or your federal government, stop putting EV charging station in the basement or at a multi-story car park. Consider placing them outdoors in the wide open space. Make sure those EV cars are not parked too near, close side by side. And if you don't drive EV, my suggestion is that you don't park next to any EV vehicles at all, just to save your precious asset that you paid so much for it. Yes, I know insurance will cover most of the damage, but you still lose your time, and they're not going to pay full for the damages occurred to your car if you happen to park next to EV and so happens they self-combust. So that is a tip. And most important thing is, if you are staying in a landed properties, do not park your EV vehicle inside your garage or at your car porch. That is my personal suggestion. Place the wall charger as far as possible from your main building of your house, so that when you do charging, you place it outside and it's far away from your house, and thus don't burn your house and also damage to your property. And most important thing is the safety of your family. However, if you don't own an EV and you think you're safe, there's a very high or 50-50 chance, could be your neighbor may have get themselves an EV vehicle. Well, show them this video or advise them to place the wall box as far as possible from the main structure of the building, so that if touch wood it catch fire or self-combust, it doesn't take your neighbor's house down and also does not affect your house. So this is pretty much a safety message. I believe this is the best that we could do at the moment due to the current battery technology that we have, unless somehow in the near future they develop a much better technology that will not self-combust or easily catch fire. So this is what I'm trying to tell in this video. So that's my take on this video. Personally, I was a very pro EV enthusiast, more or less. I was very open to having an EV car, but the last 1.5 years, I've been seeing and reading all these negative news about EV, so it does affect and change my opinion about EV. At first, I'm quite open to consider Tesla. I like Elon Musk a lot. I love to support him and buy one of his Tesla, but however, due to certain things that I foresee, I push the plan all out together. Also, write in the comments down below what you think of my opinions and thoughts, and what do you think about the EV current tech. So that's it guys, that's all for today's topic. If you liked this video, smash the like button. Nevertheless, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, consider subscribing by clicking on the subscribe button below here. And with that, I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.